have installed my Denali lights on my bike, on my R1250 GS Adventure, and let me go through with you what I've done and how I got it installed. Alright, so here they are, the lights right there and another one right there. So those are the stock fog lights. I don't run with both of them on at the same time. I don't think that's necessary, and borderline looks silly.
So what I did was I mounted it. You get the GS 1250. I think it's just actually a 1200 GS mount, and see that it goes. This is the one right there, and it attaches through a huge spacer that goes all the way from here to right in there. You can see it. You see it in there, right there. You don't have to drill any holes or anything. It's already there, the hole. So the mount goes up here, so it's one piece, and once you have it installed, the rest is actually quite easy. It's a bunch of screws that I have to undo. That one, those ones, I actually unscrewed that one as well, but I didn't have to. This one has to come off. I didn't actually take those side things off, and I did take that one off, but those I didn't take those off. I just untied the screws, loosened it so I can pull the plastic. It's a bit flexible, so I could pull it enough. Also this part, that one, the way that sits is new to the GS Adventure, and there's not a lot of space. Let's get the light in there. There's not a lot of space here, so that bracket, I had to turn that around. This little edge here, it's actually mounted the other way around, so this sits, this one sits a little bit more backwards, so it aligns better with the bracket. But I had to reverse it to move the light forward a bit to have room for the wire. And the wiring is up here. Just get over to the other side. It's in there. So I tucked it behind the bracket. I ran it under. Yeah, here it goes. Here it is. You see that? There it is. And used a cable tie to secure it right there. And another one here. And over this one. And right in there, that's where it is. And it doesn't seem to interfere with the swing arm, I think it's called. And then it runs here over this little thing to make sure it doesn't fall down, and then just behind the frame, or on top of the frame, under the seat, and then it's mounted under the seat. And that's really what is to it. Let's turn it on. Oh, I did not turn it on, I just unlocked it. There you go. So it is on the video it's flickering, but it doesn't do that in with the naked eye. I think it's the refresh rate of the video interferes with the frequency on the LED, because they're running at 20% now. And I just heard my helmet say something, which means I forgot to turn it off. Since the last ride, let me just turn it off. See if I can do that with one hand. I can't. There you go. Yeah, so it's runs at 20% nighttime and 40% daytime, and then obviously 100% at high beam, which is right there. And now you can see it doesn't flicker anymore because it runs at 100% along with the high beam. Let's just turn it off. There you go. Yeah. I chose not to turn it off while signaling. I think they sit apart, you know, the distance from the signal to the Denali is long enough, so that I did keep the default setting of when you turn on the hazard light, it alternates flashing, which is kind of cool. I don't know if that's legal, but it definitely draws some attention. I also installed this sound bomb. I'm not gonna use that run right now. The kids are tucked to bed and I don't want to wake them up. My wife will kill me, and I don't want to be killed. I want to live. I want to live and ride my bike.
Phone connected.
All right, let's start up. All right, and I'm gonna drive out of town so we can use the high beam and better get an understanding of what it looks like. So right now the Denalis are set to 20%. They're set at 20% for nighttime riding, 20% for daytime. Sorry, 20% for nighttime and 40% for daytime. This GPS continues to say traffic congestion, and I can guarantee you that there are no traffic whatsoever. I love my bike. This is such a nice bike. I really like it. So right now I'm gonna turn on the fog light and see if it makes any difference. Just a little bit. I don't know if the GoPro picks that up. Go straight ahead here. And then turn on the high beam. Yeah. So if I flash 3 times with the high beam, it goes into some strobe mode. Next thing is actually trying to turn off the Denali and see where that will leave me. Yeah, the high beam is actually pretty good.
I wasn't too happy with the wiring that I did. I was a little bit afraid that the wire would get stuck between the front swing arm, so I did it differently. I routed the cable above the tank like that. I tested it before I did this with another cable, and there should be room enough. I hope there is. Wiring under, there's plenty of room under these plastic panels. And then out there, and you can see, let me just get a torch here, that the red tape, it sits on the cable for the Denalis. So it's all tucked away as good as I can, and definitely not in the way for any moving parts. The cable for the sound bomb goes in between here. Let me just get the light again. Goes in between and directly down to the sound bomb. This is down there. So I hope that's better. I'm sure it is. So see you another time. Bye.